100,000 fans have packed into Bryant-Denny for what should be a fantastic game. And now the coin toss, and it's presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. We'll see how these two teams play in this game as they prepare for the opening kickoff. He's to the 20. And he's taken down at the 28. The Rebels, in talking with them this week, Kirk, is just interesting. Their perspective on this kid, how good he is, and how much they can lean on him.
Yeah, you and I had a chance to visit with not only the coaches, but the player himself. And I got a real good vibe walking out of those meetings and thinking that he's going to have a huge game. The coaches seem confident in being able to get him the football in different areas on the field. This kid has a look in his eye that I haven't seen in a long time, where he just wants to have a chance to have an impact on the game and on the outcome. And I'll be shocked if they can slow him down.
From their own 34-yard line. Second down. They go to the left for a nice gain. A nice first down run there.
Yeah, first down, and I'll tell you what, the defense was sold on the pass there.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
From their own 47-yard line. Second down. He's taken down at the 43.
I don't think the play developed the way it was supposed to, and the net result is a loss.
They come out in an empty backfield. Strike to his receiver, no good.
This quarterback needs to be careful not to use his arm strength to try to force things, because that's when mistakes happen.
He really got a hold of that one. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. The quarterback leads the team out on the field for the first drive. He's tackled at about the 23-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 23-yard line, it's second down. Pass to the tight end, but he bottles the ball away.
Number 81 was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Set! Line 80! Wide! 80!
He heaves it deep. And they make the stop at the 45-yard line. Great concentration to pull it in. The tight end came up with a nice catch that time.
Yeah, the big fella's pretty athletic for a tight end. And as a quarterback, it's always nice to have a big target like this to go to.
Now it's 1st and 10 after the big pass play. He's going to try and scramble. And he's tackled right around the 36-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Check 4, check 4. Ready! Green 90! Green!
He goes out of bounds around the 34-yard line. So the pass was complete for a gain of 2 on the play, and that's good for a first down.
Nice play there to move the chains and keep the drive rolling.
And I think it was the quick throw by the quarterback that fouled up the defense on that one. And a quick throw. Good open field tackle. Everybody was fooled on that one.
Hey, that was a good job here by the quarterback. That good a play fake is a real weapon against an aggressive defense like this.
From the 24-yard line. First down. Almost intercepted.
He looked a little surprised just to have the ball in his hands. By the time he knew what was going on, he bobbled it away.
This is the 8th play of this drive. And they get nice yardage on that run. Third down again. Throws quickly, and it's almost intercepted.
Number 4, the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 5.
Alabama could take the lead with this field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Alabama's defense looks like it's ready to feed off this crowd all game long. It's like having an extra player out there.
It sure is, Brad. They are off to a great start in that opening series. Let's see how they play here. Again, trying to just set the tone here early in this game on this next series.
You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Mike 8. Mike 8. Check, check, check. Green 9. Green 9. Green 8.
Got an opening. He's at midfield, and he's taken down at about the 45.
First down.
First and 10. Ball on the 45. Nice run up the middle.
Gain of 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Mike 8. Mike 8. Dog 4.
He's out of bounds at the 36-yard line. You know, this is just amazing. You spend 6 days planning as a defensive coordinator for one guy, and then you get the other quarterback. So now what happens? Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. And this crowd is going absolutely crazy. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
A quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Tackle made right around the 16-yard line.
That's a gain of 2 on that. That makes it 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 16. To the end zone. They can't connect. Incomplete. It's the 9th play of the drive. The intimidation factor is definitely here when you're playing in this stadium. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. Brought down at the 9-yard line. Jackson gained 7 yards with a catch there. It's 4th down, and they're going to try to go for it. Tackle around the 6-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
This is the 11th play of this drive. Up the middle for a nice gain. They're at the 2. It's 2nd down. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. He's got it. Touchdown. So they hit the halfback on the short pass for the touchdown.
Boy, what a great story. They talked about the commitment that this guy has made in practice to make himself a more complete player. He has spent many extra hours catching ball after ball, and right there it paid off.
He makes the PAT. So an 11-play, 75-yard drive, and the result, 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. Throws it in a hurry. They'll bring him down around the 30-yard line. From their own 30-yard line. 2nd down. He gets rid of this one. Down he goes, right around the 30.
No gain. 4th down.
He makes it out to maybe the 39-yard line.
I think this defense right now needs somebody to try to lift up their spirits. They seem to really be just out there kind of going through the motions. And I think the last time they were out there where they gave up such a long drive has had an impact and an effect negatively on the psyche of this defense.
Throws a laser across the middle.
1st down.
From the 46-yard line. 1st down. Ole Miss is up 4. Here's the screen to the wideout. He's taken down right around the 42-yard line.
Brings him down at the 42-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 42. Makes it to the 31. And the delayed handoff works for a big gain.
Got to be happy with the effort there by your tailback.
Runs right for a nice gain.
Gain of 7 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Mike 8. Mike
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. He's got it with room to run. He's pushed out of bounds at the 13-yard line.
Gain of 11 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Thank you. Blue 4. Blue.
He fights forward to about the 13. From the 13-yard line, 2nd down. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Caught with room to work. He's tackled at the 5-yard line. Credit those two defenses in that first quarter, or blame the offenses for a lack of production. 7-3, Ole Miss. Back to the action now here in the 2nd quarter. Always a noisy place to play and tough on the offense.
Great job here in shutting down the run. That's a real boost for this team.
That brings us
4th down. This one should be makeable. Ole Miss holds a 4-point lead. Kicks up, and it's good.
Even though they gave up a field goal here, that defense is feeling pretty good about themselves right now. It could have just as easily been a touchdown.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
From their own 27-yard line. 2nd down. The halfback with a carry. Tackled outside after a nice pickup.
Gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Here's the pitch, and now he's got the corner. Knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 35. Here's the run right. He's got nowhere to go. Loss of 2 by the halfback.
2 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
They'll wrestle him down in the backfield.
Those linebackers do a great job of stopping the run, but they need to be careful of the play-action pass. You can easily get fooled and give up some big yards through the air.
They'll line it up again on 3rd down. He's going to go for the home run. The defender had it and then dropped it.
Number 8 was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 14.
It's away, and it's a booming punt. And he muffed it. Tackle made at the 28.
I know I'd be nervous with 11 guys sprinting down the field at me, but the first job of a return man is to catch the ball.
There hasn't been too much daylight between these two teams. In games like this, some players try to press too much, and that can cause mistakes. Ole Miss up 7 points. Gains his way to the 39-yard line.
That's a gain of 11 on the play. First down.
From their own 39-yard line, it's first down. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10.
Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the grab.
That is textbook pass defense. As soon as the ball hit the receiver's hands, he was all over it.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Becoming the 12th man, the crowd is always into it here. They're going to be forced to punt it away here.
Great hold by the defense. They were expecting the pass play, and they defended it very well.
Brown is waiting for the snap. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. This one will go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. He's out to the 30. He gets hit out of bounds around the 35-yard line. From their own 35-yard line. First down. Handoff, and he's met in the backfield.
Loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
He's scrambling. And he's tackled at about the 39-yard line.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
It's third down and 6 to go. Ball on the 39. And it's caught, and he's brought down quickly.
That'll make it 4th and 2.
He makes it out to maybe the 29-yard line. The Rebels' game plan is just what we've been seeing through a couple of quarters now. Give this guy the football and let it ram it down the defense's throat and just keep giving it to him until he gets tired or the defense gets tired.
Well, the offensive line, I also think, deserves a lot of credit. You know, the back is the star. He's been getting most of the yards and most of the attention, but he's not doing it alone. The offensive line's paving the way and opening this thing up, and the running back's taking advantage of it. They've had a great first half.
They'll bring him down for a loss on the play. From their own 28-yard line, it's second down. Ole Miss is up 7. And they make the stop at the 30-yard line. You expect this every time you're here, and you're never disappointed. This crowd is amazing. Gets it. He's in space, and he's taken down at the 36. Bolden is back deep to return the punt. What a collision. Pretty good job by the return man there. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just one or two plays. He fights forward to about the 39.
One on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
We've got a 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 39-yard line. Gets it out quickly. Tackle made right around the 48-yard line. Hands off left, and they got him behind the line.
No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From their own 48-yard line, it's 2nd down. He's at the 40, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And now he's got room to run. He's at the 20. And they finally push him out at the 11-yard line. From the 11-yard line, 1st down. McClellan takes it right side. Room around the corner. And he is drilled at the 3. Nice job by the running back, and that'll get him 7, maybe 8 yards. Defense in their short yardage package. Touchdown Tide.
That was a very good all-around effort. The running, the blocking, the entire package. A well-deserved score.
I think it goes without saying that that was a very well-deserved score. Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Alabama to kick. Excellent kick. He's to the 20. Oh, he got nailed on that one. You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. Gets out to around the 35. A gain of 8 on the carry. It's 2nd down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun, 5 wide receivers. Brought down at the 44-yard line.
Number 10 brings him down at the 44-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set, and the defense counters with their dime look. And he's going to come up with a sack.
That's a loss of 8 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 9.
Defense looking for another sack in this second down and long situation. Throws a strike over the middle. And down he goes around the 45-yard line. The crowd at this stadium, always a factor in a football game. And they get nice yardage on that run. So the draw to the halfback picks up 4. Alabama is going to use their first time out of the half here. Brown to punt. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. This punt bounces into the end zone, and this will be a touchback. This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. He's going to try and scramble. He's taken down at about the 29-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's second down and 1. First down there on a 2-yard completion.
Nice play there to move the chains and keep the drive rolling.
From their own 31-yard line, it's first down. Throws it to the halfback on the screen. And they push him out right around the 36-yard line. Quick throw. This one is incomplete. So at the end of the half, and a 10-10 tie in this game.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Davis, David Pollock here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. I love this first half. Two defenses that will flat stick their face in the fan. I mean, there was some hitting going on out there. Good, clean, tough football in the first half. Much like you experienced, David, there was almost a magic number for your teams at Georgia. If you got to a certain number of points, the game was over.
Yeah, I was there for my 4 years, when our team scored over 17 points, we were undefeated. So when you have a great defense, first of all, you have high expectations. You expect to come in and shut the opponent out. And the offense on the other side, you know what you got too. You don't have to go out there and try to fling it around the yard and score 30 points a game. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on yourself. You just execute the plays that are in front of you and realize that punts aren't going to kill you. I got a dominant side of the football. Play towards that strength. Don't shoot myself on the foot on the other side of the football.
David and I will stay locked in on everything going on in college football. We're going to wrap it up here in the studio. Just about time to get you out to your second half. Brad and Kirk ready with a call.
And the second half just about set to get started. We're dead even. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. A lot of times you'll see teams start to clench up a little bit when games stay close well into the second half. You need to stay loose, keep doing what you've been doing all week in practice, and execute when it's time. Tackle right around the 38-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. Nice play fake. The quarterback scramble gains 3 yards. Looks over the middle, and it's picked off. He's tackled at the 44. Spectacular play there by the linebacker to come away with that interception.
I don't even think the quarterback saw him on that play. He was right there waiting for the ball.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 44.
Watch two. Check. Down.
And he's tackled around the 36-yard line.
Moore makes the tackle at the 36-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Here we go, D. Here I come. My 10. 10, 2, 6.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gaining 4 yards. First down.
From the 32-yard line. First down.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
And he throws right away.
Pass was incomplete. Number 1 was the intended receiver. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Caught over the middle. And they make the stop around the 28-yard line. Kirk, that was a nice grab there.
You know, it may be simple, but whenever you can gain solid yardage, you're doing something right.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 22. Catches it, and he's immediately tackled behind the line. Ole Miss is looking to go up by 3. It's up, looks long enough, and he splits the uprights. Brown has the ball set, and he looks ready to kick this one deep. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Rebels continue to get it done on the defensive side of the football, Kirk.
Yeah, they've done a good job of building this lead and almost determined here to protect it. Let's see if they can hold on here for the rest of the way.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Gets to about the 27-yard line.
Gaining 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on their own 27.
Here we go. Red 68. Red 68.
Boy, was he drilled as he let go of that football.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one tomorrow.
Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. Booming kick. He makes it out to maybe the 36-yard line. The quarterback leads the offense back out onto the field as we get set to resume play. Ole Miss is up by 3. Slides down.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6. Ball on their own 41. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook. Caught, open field. He gets hit out of bounds around the 49-yard line.
Gain 10 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Nice run up the middle.
Gain 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. Finds his man. 1st down. And he's taken down around the 37-yard line.
1st down.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down. Oh, and almost picked off. Tackle made at the 14-yard line.
1st down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 14. Ole Miss is up a field goal. He gets out to about the 12-yard line. And this is the 9th play of the current drive. Slings it, and he's hit before he can go anywhere. They'll line it up again on 3rd down. That's a great tackle at the 24.
Loss of 11 yards on the play. That makes it 4th and long.
Fourth and long here after the sack. The kick is away. It's long enough, and he got it. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. Throws it in a hurry. Brought down right around the 30. 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 30. Gets it out quickly. And down he goes at about the 37-yard line. Play action here. He's going to scramble. Decides to slide. Good gain there on the quarterback scramble.
You know, I really like the decision to tuck it and run here. He waited and found no one open, so instead of throwing it away, he just took it upfield for himself.
So it's second down and about 2 yards to go. And he makes it out to about the 47-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
He's scrambling. He's taken down at the 37. First and 10. Ball on the 37. On the corner. He's at the 20. What a play. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be first and goal. First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. Fires quickly, and they got it. Touchdown. And a nice catch by the receiver for the touchdown.
Anytime you're near the red zone, you got to keep an eye for this guy. They love going to him down here.
And it takes some real accuracy on those deep corner routes, so kudos to the quarterback. The kicker on the field. He'll try to put his team up by a point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Nice kick, plenty of distance. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Both these offenses stepping up and answering the bell. Who's going to blink first here?
Exactly right. I've just been impressed with the way they've been able to execute. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them. Anytime you're feeling that the other offense can put points up on the board, there's a tendency to want to press. Neither one has done that up to this point, and right now it's going to come down to who can continue to execute and put points up.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure, but they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Gets out to around the 38.
First down.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 38. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Caught, and he's hit immediately. Nice play across the middle, and he's hit immediately.
Harris with the tackle at the 47-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. One of the top stadiums in the nation. This crowd comes to play themselves. And they get him in the backfield for a loss. They attempted to pick up the first by running it, and they failed.
And the defensive line won that battle easily.
Bolden is back to receive. From the 15. They'll bring him down at the 27. Pretty good looking touchdown drive the last time these guys were out there. Alabama up a point. He goes out of bounds at the 31.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd down, 6 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. And folks, it's neck and neck as we head to the final quarter of play. 17-16, Alabama. Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4. Complete, brought down, nothing doing. They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on 3rd down. Pitch play here. They'll bring him down around the 41-yard line. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's a D. That brings him 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up here. Ball on the 46-yard line. Now he's scrambling. Good open field tackle.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Alabama with a 1-point lead. Fakes it, and the quarterback scrambles. And he's level at the 42-yard line. First and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Fires out quickly to the tailback. Tackled for a loss. Loss of about 2.
Not much going on there. Those kind of plays will not work against this defense. You can be sure of that.
Second down, about 12 yards to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds around the 29-yard line. It's the 9th play of the drive. Tackle at the 20-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. McClellan gets another handoff, and he is drilled at the 23-yard line.
Loss of 3 yards. That makes it 3rd and 3.
It's the 11th play of the drive. Alabama is up 1.
Set. Green 95. Green 95.
Back to the tailback, and he's hit immediately for a loss.
4th down.
It's fourth down. They're going to try a long field goal here. Kicks up, and it's good.
Yeah, he got some good leg behind it, and he kicked an accurate ball right between the goalposts.
2016, Alabama. And he got all of this one. Great kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Right, this has been a great game to watch. A lot of competitive spirit out there. The offenses seem to be going up and down the field. Back and forth we go. I think the winner will be which defense can make that pivotal stop to secure a victory.
You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Caught with room to work. He's tackled around the 42-yard line.
That makes it first and 10.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 42-yard line.
I got two.
And here's a quick throw. Another catch. And they make the stop at the 39-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 19 yards. First down.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 39. Throws, and it's knocked away.
Number 1 was the intended receiver. That makes it second and 10.
Mike 8. Mike 8. Guys, game situation. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 15.
On the ground, inside. Tackled after a decent pickup.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 29. The sub package in there defensively in this 5-wide receiver set. And he's tackled right around the 24-yard line.
Number 1 brings us down at the 24-yard line. First down.
Tens the mic. Tens the mic.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers.
1, 2, 3, 15.
Inside the 10. Huge play, and it's going to be first and goal.
That's a gain of 17. That makes it first and goal.
So here we go. First and goal, and a field goal won't cut it. The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set, and the defense counters with their dime look. Quick throw, and he's taken down at the 3-yard line.
That's a gain of 4. That brings up second and goal.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. He's in. Touchdown. And they take the lead.
This is what an offensive lineman hopes for, an opportunity to impose his will on the defense.
So the kicker will line up here and try to give his team a 3-point lead with this extra point. And he adds the extra point. Ole Miss to kick this one off. Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. This is a pretty crucial series right here with things being so tight. Your best players have to step it up on both sides of the ball. Gains his way to the 33-yard line.
That makes it second and 2.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Ready. 180. Wide. 80.
Going deep, lays it out there. Tackle made at the 31-yard line. So let's see how the defense responds now. It's first down and 10.
Let's go. Green 88. Green 88.
He makes it out to maybe the 29-yard line.
82 yards. That makes it second and 8.
Let's go. 19.
Runs it right. Nice pickup. Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Just under 3 to go in regulation. Quick throw onto the receiver, and he's immediately tackled. Straight up the middle, and he'll lose yardage.
Call it a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up second and 11.
From the 22-yard line, second down.
Mike 4. Ready. Right.
Out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Here's the 8th play of the series. Little handoff. Touchdown, and they take the lead. And that now puts them up by 3 points.
As long as they can convert this extra point, they'll have a 4-point game. That could prove very significant.
He makes the PAT. So an 8-play, 77-yard drive, and a touchdown's a result. Alabama to kick. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. The offense ready for the first play of this drive. They moved the ball extremely well on their last possession on their way to the end zone.
Great passing was the key for the offense the last time they had the ball. They were able to pick apart the defense and get down the field for a touchdown.
Pass complete and taken down immediately.
Hey, kill.
Got him. And he goes down quickly. And it's the offense that takes the field on fourth down. Just over a minute left. So the play of the day, 4th and ball game, and the defense comes up with the stop of the day and what will be the win. So not a lot of time left. And they've got an opportunity right now, if they score, to put the nail in the coffin in this game. And he makes it out to about the 31-yard line. The back gets 3 on the carry. Second down and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 31. Gets out to around the 22. What a critical first down as time ticks away.
Huge first down. The defense desperately needed a stop there.
The halfback with a carry. Nice run there. Ole Miss has called their final timeout. And he hits him hard at the 16.
No gain on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Just a minute remains in this football game.
Let's go! Green 90! Green 90! Hot!
Halfback's got it on the quick throw. Well, that's just a huge stop right there here late in the 4th quarter in a game this tight. That might be one we look back on later and say that won the ball game. Alabama is up 4. A great game here today in a tight one. 27-23, Crimson Tide. As we take a look at the highlights, Kurt, how would you summarize the action in this one?
Hey, and this is a fun game to watch today, Brad. Ole Miss played a great game, and they should be proud. But I was not impressed with the way they worked the clock towards the end of the game. Wiser play calling and better clock management, in my opinion, would have made a difference in this game.
So that wraps things up for us. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit. I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you next time.